Welcome back to our Financial Independent channel. I'm Robert and this is New. We are covering budgeting today and why you need a budget in your life. Budgeting is less about denying yourself the pleasures of life, more about being in control of your money, telling it where to go. If you ever want to reach financial independence, retire early, you're going to have a budget.
There's no one best budget. The best budget is the one that's customized by you, for you. So we do have a form that we've created that we use to keep our finances in check. So you're welcome to check it out. We will leave a link in the description box below. You can change it and you can tweak it to whatever works for you.
So there is a book and it is called How to Quit Like a Millionaire. This is what we are using for our complete money plan.
Our journey to financial independence.
Yes, our journey to financial independence. This is the book that we are using for this. We started out with Dave Ramsey, and Dave Ramsey is good. Trust me, he's good. He is good for the baby steps, 7 baby steps. Check them out, they're good. But this is for everything else. It has everything ranging from budgeting. It has financial independence. It has retiring early. It has tax optimization and how to do all of that stuff all in one book. And I've read so much financial material out there. And this one covers it all in one succinct little package. It's wonderful. Get it. You're going to love it.
There are 3 types of spending. The first type is for baseline cost. Second is for splurges. And then the third type is for unexpected costs. So for baseline costs, it's like rent and utility. It doesn't increase or decrease your happiness. And then there's splurges, which, hopefully only happens once in a while. And those usually increase your happiness, whether it's temporary or long-term. And then there are the unexpected costs, which are like something breaks and you have to pay money to get it fixed. So those usually decrease your happiness.
As the doctor here, and I am a doctor of physical therapy, I am going to interject a little bit of science into how spending affects your brain. When you spend, dopamine is released inside the brain. It is a neurotransmitter, and that makes you feel good. When you spend on things, I'm gonna split expenses into 2 different categories here for the purpose of this example. Things and experiences, okay? So when you spend on things, your dopamine increases, you have increased happiness, yes, okay, you feel better, right? However, that effect diminishes the more and more you spend on things. With experiences, it's different. When you spend on experiences, the intensity of the effect stays the same or close to the same versus with how it changes with things. So it's important to know that for creating your budget and for looking towards what you're going to spend your money on in the future, experiences are by far the most bang for your buck. You'll be more happy in the long run and you'll have less stuff to worry about.
We're all about experiences.
Yeah. Let's go on to the budgeting now. The first step of the budgeting is to eliminate baseline costs that don't contribute to your happiness. Things like this could be bank fees or subscriptions to things you no longer use, like a cable channel subscription package that you don't use anymore. Maybe you don't use the gym anymore, but you're still paying for it. Maybe you run outside and stuff like that.
The second step is to eliminate baseline costs that may hurt for you to eliminate at first, but it will be better for you in the long run. So for example, things such as eating out. We all love to eat out, and but not all the time. So maybe cooking at home more and then just eating out once in a while. Eating out could be a splurge.
Yeah.
And another example is maybe buying used items instead of new items. So yay for thrifting for those people who like to thrift. And we understand that cutting out these baseline costs are not easy. So definitely it'll take time. You just have to be persistent, and there will be some things that when you start cutting it out, you feel like it has a negative effect on your happiness, then you could add it back in and try cutting out a different item. So that's why we said earlier, budgeting is different for everyone. So you have to find out what works for you.
Yeah, you just can't, like, I know Dave Ramsey, he says something like, cut out all coffee drinks or something like that. And, you know, some people really like their coffee drinks and they don't want to do that. So the third step is to reduce as many unexpected costs as you can by eliminating the high maintenance items that you own. For example, your car and your home. That is not to say don't buy a car, don't buy a home. That means if you bought a super expensive car, your insurance and maintenance cost of that super expensive car is going to be really high as well. Buy a cheaper car, sell that car for whatever it's worth, and buy a cheaper car, and you'll have less expenses in the long run. And then later on, once you're financially independent and you have all your money, then you can buy your Corvette or whatever you want to buy. Same thing with your house. Move into it. I know that's a harder thing to change, but when you get the opportunity, you could sell a super expensive house that has a super overbearing mortgage payment and move into a cheaper house, if possible.
The first step is to add splurges back into your life. Yeah. So that's the fun part. Now that you've gone through the first, second, third step and you've eliminated all those unnecessary costs, then you could allocate some of that money back into your splurges, and you don't have to decide now what those splurges are going to be on, but you have a little bank on the side for those splurges. So for example, we took a little trip to Bali, and that was like our splurge because we budgeted and we had money left over, so we were able to go on that beautiful, wonderful, amazing trip to Bali,
which you can check out in our travel channel.
Yes.
It's called Robert and New.
Yes.
If you want to check it out. Okay, so that wraps up our budgeting video, and I hope it was useful for you. You do need a budget if you ever want to reach financial independence. And I want you to remember that budgeting is less about removing the pleasures of life from your life, and instead removing the things that don't contribute to your happiness, so that way you can reach financial independence quicker.
Yeah, so since we're doing this channel to share what we do to help us reach our goal, we do budget every month, so it is helping us get one step closer to our financial independence. So hopefully you learned something new today. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Click that bell icon so you can get notified of our videos, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.